Hey everybody, it is Josh from Haven Comics here with the Haven Comics quiz show. Tonight is Civil War Part 2, The Other Brother. And if you want to see what happens when we ask nerds questions and hand out prizes, then just stick around because that's exactly what's about to happen. And we're back, just like that. It's amazing. As I said, Josh Olive, Haven Comics. Really appreciate you guys tuning in to watch it with us live tonight. Having the crowd interaction is always a lot of fun. If you're not watching it live and you're watching it later, it's not quite as much fun, but you still get to listen to us make fools of ourselves, so I'm sure that it's still a hoot. With me tonight, as always, our co-host, the one, the only, the hatted Mr. Jeremy Bernard.
It's a trademark at this point, the hat.
It is, and I see you're representing tonight, too.
Yeah.
Call it, are all the questions Canadian-based? That's what I got to know.
Every one of them. I believe that we could draw a 10 steps of Kevin Bacon back to Canada for each of these. I'm not going to do it, but I will let you at home make the leaps.
Awesome. Well, start showing up way early tonight. We have Zach Jordan in the chat. How you doing, Zach? He's very excited to be the first one to comment. So now we can have a big fight every week to see who gets to be the first one to comment. And some smart wiseacre is commenting on our guest tonight. I don't know who that could be. That seems unhealthy, and like that's going to get somebody a beating. We'll see how that goes. James Parker is on. James, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. Thank you, sir. James is part of the Haven Comics family. He is the man, and he helps keep that place going. Travis is here with us. Awesome. That's not Travis. That's Ryan. Ryan's here with us, too, with his signature. Hey, hey. Travis, good to see you. U.S. Okay, somebody doesn't care for the Canada shirt, so there might be another fight. It looks like Two Brothers Comics is cruising for a bruising for multiple people tonight.
Hey, you know, the thing about Canada, they live and let live. You can love America. Doesn't hurt anybody's feelings.
Oh, well, I suppose that's true. Look, I did this just for you, Alan. Just for you, buddy. Got the hair running wild and free. This is free range hair right here. Free range. Talking about some Canadian bacon. He's to Canada. Are you implying I'm to bacon? I think that could be. It makes total sense to me.
In America, Canadian bacon is great.
It's just
exactly. In Canada, Canadian bacon is repulsive. It's back bacon. It's like, I'm not getting into it. It's bad. I don't like it.
Okay, good to know. Yes, Ryan, I did see that. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Aaron Shoemate, our guest from last week, has arrived. Aaron, thank you. Glad to have you on board with us. Alice, hey, how you doing? And Josh Equals. Fabio, come on. I have never been hit in the face with a goose while on a roller coaster. I just look like that. That's how I've always looked. Well, because I know we've got an awesome guest tonight, and we've got some things to catch up on and talk about, let's just jump right in and introduce our guest. What do you say?
I'm into it.
That's good, because he's coming on whether you like it or not. We've already committed. We have tonight Mr. Dustin Ellis, the other half of Two Brothers Comics. This would be the half with the motorcycle and the tattoos.
The better half.
There you go. I have to tell my. Here's the story. I'm one of 5 kids, right? It's like my parents had a practice kid and said, okay, yeah, that works. And then there was me, and then they had a few backup kids just in case something happened. But they got it right the second time. Like their first real take, first real shot at. And here I am. I imagine you probably feel similarly.
Yeah, Nick always brags because he's the only kid my parents actually planned. And then I like to remind him, had it not been for me, there would be no need for Nick, because they just wanted me to have someone to grow up with. So he just gets a little overconfident about that. So
you're their first kid, and then he's son number 2.
yep. And then we've got a sister, and then the baby is our other little brother, Andy.
That's that's a lot for only one planned there.
My mom wanted a girl. She wasn't giving up till she got a girl. She got Katie, and then my youngest brother, Andy, he was definitely an oops. So,
You know, a friend of mine, she's the oldest of 4 kids. Her dad didn't want any kids, and her mom was like, "I really would like to have kids." And he's like, "Well, we'll think about it." And her mom was like, "Cool, that means we're having kids." So poof, they have kids. They have her, and then not too long after that, completely by accident, there's her sister, and then not too long after that, like Dad's like, "I'm not having it. I'm going and getting a vasectomy." The day after he got a vasectomy, Mom found out she was pregnant with twins.
Brutal.
He's been depressed for the past 40 years.
I do not blame him.
He had 4 kids under the age of 4. It was painful. Very painful. So to answer Ryan's question earlier, did you see the Todd McFarlane announcement earlier today?
Yeah. Nick, I think, caught more of it than I did. I believe he's already dropped the video on it. But yeah, I did read some of what was going on when I was in the post office. We're going out of town tomorrow, so I've been super busy. And but yeah, I'm pretty excited about checking some of those out, because Spawn's something that started way before I started reading comics. So it's like to go back and try to catch up on that. It's something we both want to do, but getting those hardcover collected editions, the number one is like a ghost, and when you find it, it's so expensive. So to be able to read some Spawn like from the beginning is going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to the Gunslinger for sure.
Hey, I guess I should tell people what the announcement was, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the announcement that Todd McFarlane came out, said that 2021 is the year of Spawn, and he announced there's 3 comics going to be happening in the Spawn universe, and that is featuring other Spawns from other timelines, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so there's a lot going on there. He mentioned there's like 20 different artists, creators, and whatnot involved in that, including Dustin's favorite, Donnie Cates.
Let's circle back to what something Dustin said. So, okay, if people don't, you relax. If people at home don't know what Two Brothers is, you mentioned you dropped a video already. Tell us what you're talking about. What is Two Brothers Comics, and what could people expect from you guys?
And why does it say it really big behind your shoulder?
We are a YouTube channel here. We also have an Instagram account. We are obviously all about the branding and making sure that everybody knows who we are. Our slogan from the very beginning has been "Collect Your Way." If you've been to Haven Comics, you've seen it. But we initially our start was me and Nick would just sit on the phone talking about comics, because he lives in Alabama now and I live in Georgia. And we just decided, like, man, we spend all the time talking about comics on the phone every week. Let's do a podcast or something. So we decided on a YouTube channel. And then about 3 months later, we actually acted on it. And we wanted to do something to try to help new collectors, new people in the hobby along, because when we first came in, it was kind of a struggle. We had been kind of turned away by a lot of folks, and there were people like Josh that were always welcome to help, but then there's a lot of people out there that just kind of like we kind of looked down on what we were asking for or wanting to look at and read, and didn't want to answer questions. So we wanted to be that pathway for new collectors to be able to come to and ask questions, be able to give that information out. And it's just kind of evolved over and over again over the past year. And we've been at it for a little over a year now. And so now we're dropping anything from what's coming out on New Comic Book Day and what we are most excited about. Nothing speculation, just the books that we're excited to read.
That's really refreshing, and I appreciate the heck out of it.
Yeah,
that's what you guys do. I mean, there's an element of speculation in comics. It's just there and it exists,
absolutely.
and we all have to deal with it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my thing, and I think that it's taken over the industry a lot. But I love that you guys are like, yeah, it may or may not be worth something, but it's a darn good story, and this is something you should read.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we're only recommending stuff that we are actually reading. So if we recommend it and you have a question about it and you ask us, we're going to be able to give you some kind of an answer, whether it be an opinion or factual, whatever. But if we're recommending, if we're putting it on there, it's something we are one of us are reading. And so we do that. We've gotten into now this year. We've been doing a lot of breaking news announcements. We do reviews. We do the CGC unboxing, and our big thing is our Saturday night comic book Babylon, which is our Saturday night live show. It's every Saturday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we go for anywhere from 2, sometimes to 4 hours. And we have several different segments where we show off stuff we picked up. We talk about news. We have toy aficionado letterer Justin Birch. He's lettered. If you read comics, he's lettered a book you read. I guarantee you, I will bet everything I own you've read at least one book that he's lettered, and he's become part of the team now too. We let him run the toy box segment. We at the end we either do a top 10.
Right, you let him run the toy box segment. He is the toy box segment.
That's for
that
sure.
Man has got more toys than I have books on the shelf behind me.
He's got more toys than my 5-year-old.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
the toys that man has.
It is.
Hey, look at this. This is kind of neat to see. So you talked about Spawn, and then some real-time feedback. This is what you're doing out in the world, right?
Absolutely. That was my first thought. I've got some Spawn books, but it's cover buys and just cool issues that I've found, but I've never really read any Spawn. So I'm looking forward to this new stuff coming out. So if you guys aren't subbed to the channel, go find us on YouTube, because I don't know if Nick dropped it already, but if he hasn't, he's about to within the next day or so. All the information you're going to need on this new Spawn stuff that we have so far.
I'll tell you,
awesome.
The stuff they do on this show, the Saturday Night Babylon, is a hoot. I don't miss it if I can help it. I'm there. And from what I understand, this Saturday night show is going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate it, man, so much.
I'm going to be on because Dustin's out. So I'm going to be the other brother.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the other brother.
Are you spreading your attention too thin? You can still handle this show?
Yeah. I'm not like Justin Timberlake going solo or anything. It's all good. No, it's all good. But it's a great show, and the videos they drop during the week, the editing is top notch. The graphics, they've got all the stuff that happens. I mean, it's very well done.
Very cool.
So they got the on-screen talent, they got the back screen editing and all that stuff that happens, and it's a top-notch product. You guys have you started like, okay, we're getting subscribers and people who like it. By the way, if you think this show is cool, for the love of all things holy, subscribe to it and hit the like button and then ring the bell and all that jazz. I think they're all like right over there.
Yep. Right up underneath us, you'll see the big red subscribe button. Right next to it's a bell. You click that and hit all. That way you don't miss any content. Anytime Josh goes live randomly, you don't miss out on any of that stuff.
It's a very specific dad joke from
That
Zachary
really
Jordan.
is. That is really specific. Hang on. Let's see. Owen is filling us in on all the details here. Oh, God. No, I do not want to see Frank Quitely doing anything. That guy. I can't stand Frank Quitely's art. He draws better than I do, but I can't do it. Yeah, the Two Moons comic coming out next week looks really good. I'm trying to remember all the details of the premise, but it's like two Native Americans kind of during Civil War era, just slightly post-Civil War era. Because one of them is wearing like a U.S. cavalry uniform kind of a thing. Looks really,
you could do
really
that
cool.
now.
Do what?
You could wear a U.S. cavalry uniform now.
They don't make them in my size, brother. Like so many.
Christine will make you one.
Christine will make me one. That's mean to foist that off on her. She can't afford that much material. But yeah, Christine sews while she tunes into the Babylon on Saturday nights. But Christine makes a lot of the prizes that we hand out on the show because she's like a whiz at making cool stuff that's useful and handy.
She made me a lunchbox. It's amazing. I love it.
Hang on, I got a shout out to Sherlina. How you doing, Sherlina? It is good to see you. Y'all, this is one of the most fun people on the planet. This woman is hysterical. Love her. She's amazing. Wait a minute. What is Owen saying now? I don't...
We're going to cut your ponytail off and use it like a prize?
I was saving it up to donate to Alan. Alan likes it. We'll call it Locks of Breed Love.
We're going a direction I can't support.
Well, let's... I think one of the things we should do here, because people are here to see how we ask questions, answer questions, and win prizes, is let's see what prizes we got tonight and what Dustin is like, yeah, I want to win that one versus which ones he's willing to let the audience win.
Awesome. So let's switch over to the prize cam. We've got the prize cam here tonight.
And for the record, Dustin, I don't know if you know this, but we have the absolute best prize cam in the business.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it. I definitely dig it.
Our prize cam is awesome. You haven't seen the attitude from the prize cam yet, but you will, because the prize cam is amazing. And look, I mean, the prize cam has its own fan base. Oh,
All
look
right,
at that!
so...
Giving a hand wave to the fans. The prize cam is great reputation for being fan friendly.
So from left to right, you're going to see a Scotty Young autographed Rocket Raccoon comic. You're going to see a variant My Little Pony. You're actually going to see something Christine made and donated to the show. So this is a reusable sandwich pack style bag. You can use that.
It's got food grade, food safe material on the inside and everything that's perfectly lined, so you can use it as a snack bag. Nick actually got one for his little rascal. So she has a pouch full of chicken nuggets to throw at him in the car.
You've got a Deadpool Classic trade paperback. You've got some Haven Comics stickers. These are always my favorite. So we have a nice. We have a Tom Price sketch cover comic. This is Wolverine. It's apt. Half of us are covered in snow. I love this because he went full nude. You know, you don't always see Weapon X full nude. This one he did.
That's quite the zoom in there, yeah.
It's most of it's implied, but I think there's some details there. So whoever wins that, you can examine it further. And then we have one of my prints from this is actually one of my favorite things I've ever drawn. It's simple and it's small details, but I love this guy.
It kind of reminds me of what if Cthulhu was a kid's book.
We've got some gelatinous feely things, and we've got
Ghost Rider.
We've got a variant Wonder Woman comic there from the new Future State, the next Batman. Josh, you're gonna have to fill me in on what that is. I can't keep up with all the times that DC reboots.
It's not a reboot. It's just a 2-month commercial.
So it's not a full reboot. It's just a 2-month reboot.
Correct.
Erasing all canon and low prices on comics.
You are not kidding about that. Like $4.99, $5.99, $6.99, $8.99. All these DC books just run the spectrum.
I don't think they're coming back
Jeremy
down.
Long, what up? How you doing, sir? Jeremy Long, the man behind the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, which is coming up soon. That is like looming.
Yep.
And we have tickets available at Haven right now. And this year is a 1, 2, 3-day show. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're going to be dropping a nice video about that next month when we get a little closer to it, and we will be there once again this year. Two Brothers Comics will be there at the expo. We're looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Yeah, he digs that print behind your head there. That is a print from the show last year. It is remarked by the artist Corbin Michael Delaney, and you've got who's on your remark? Is that the
second greatest comic book character that has ever been published. The number one greatest villain of all time, Sabretooth.
What? That's a bold statement. Sabretooth.
Oh, don't go down this rabbit hole if you're not prepared to defend it, Jeremy, because Dustin will educate you.
Hey,
What I mean, what's their slogan? You do you, but I mean, Sabretooth is a.
when it comes to Sabretooth and Cap, there's Sabretooth, there's Cap, and then if you're not with it, you're wrong. Like, collect your way to pertain to those two characters. Captain America is number one published character of all time, followed closely behind by Sabretooth and then Ghost Rider.
Okay. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean you're wrong. I want just to hear you say what is so cool about Sabretooth.
Man, he's just so ferocious. I loved him as a kid on the X-Men cartoon show.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching him, and that is the only character that I remember striking fear in me as a kid. And just his,
was it the skin suit? Was it the skin tight suit that was the same color as skin?
It was the big mane, the claws. He's so huge and big and Brody. And I mean, the guy, I've read some books where he just literally walks into a bar, kills everyone because it's Wolverine's birthday. And then, Are you ready to fight? Because I just killed everybody because I wanted to. Like, he's just so ruthless and just crazy. And I don't know. I'm a bad person, I guess, because I like Sabretooth. Sometimes I'm like, maybe there's something wrong in here, but I don't know. He just got that ruthless aggression that I really, really dig.
Hey man, given all the details you just shared, I'm gonna stop challenging you. Why don't we go ahead and play? The Haven Comics Quiz Show. Just to catch anybody up, if you haven't played before, if you haven't watched with us, we are going to throw some questions at Dustin. We've got 10 questions. Dustin's got 9 that he has the opportunity to answer first. But audience, we all know Dustin's not going to get any of them right. So you have to stay on your toes because the first person to get it right in the audience, if Dustin doesn't, is going to walk away with the prize. We have one audience-only question. Dustin, we know you're going to walk away with all these. So walk us through it. If you don't know the answer, spit something out because a no answer is a lose anyway, so you might as well try. Right?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to switch over here to the questions. We're going to jump right into it. I have a suspicion based on your shirt.
Did you say what our prize is for this first question?
I didn't. That's a good catch. The prize cam is on it, though. We've got some Haven Comics stickers. And because...
That is so creepy. I did not authorize those.
We're going to make stickers of your face, too. All right. And because I'm feeling generous, I'm going to throw in the sketch of the Green Ranger.
So you got his attention now.
Is he a Green Ranger guy?
Oh,
I didn't know. I had no idea. So if you get this question right, you walk away with this Green Ranger drawing. And I have a suspicion you might know this one. What real-world action star did Mortal Kombat creators parody with Johnny Cage?
Bruce Lee.
Ah.
No. The other guy. Oh, my gosh. I lost it.
Talk your way through it. It's all good.
I know you know it.
I was literally just talking about this with some guys yesterday because Johnny Cage is not in the new movie. What is his name? He's the dude with the ponytail. He had the ponytail.
Everybody's got a ponytail at some point.
Claude.
I need 3 other syllables to qualify that answer.
Claude Van Damme. I kept wanting to say Rob Van Dam. I'm thinking the wrestler, and I'm like, no, I'm like the ponytail guy, the wrestler.
You nailed it. You were just so.
Claude Van Damme.
You were.
The reason
I mean,
Bruce Lee is because Malibu actually put out a Bruce Lee comic book series with the Mortal Kombat stuff in the 90s. So that was the first thing that popped in my head. But yeah, is Jean-Claude Van Damme, because they actually wanted him to play Johnny Cage in the original movie, and he wouldn't do it.
Why not?
I don't know. They had Steven Spielberg actually was supposed to play the director on set in the movie for Johnny Cage, and they had some scheduling conflicts, so they just got somebody that looked like Spielberg to do it. But yeah,
here's one of the wrong answers we got, but I do want to point out I just sent in a Chuck Norris comic book to CGC. It's one of those weird books, but it's in such good shape, and it's such an off-the-wall book that it was worth doing just for a laugh.
Jeremy Long swoops in with what I was about to say.
Yeah, he did Street Fighter. That's right.
I bet he felt a little burned by Street Fighter because it sucked. It's a bad
Josh Harrison, hey. We got a good crowd in here tonight.
Definitely a little more inferior, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit that like button and stuff, too, while y'all are sitting in here chatting it up.
The prize cam often tells me in her prize cam youth, she would just run around singing the Mortal Kombat theme song. So, I mean, they did something right in that movie.
Do you know the Mortal Kombat theme song, Dustin?
I was listening to it in the car on the way, about 2 hours ago.
What I mean by that is, can you sing it right now?
No.
Rock out to it. Come on, let's hear it. Just a little bit.
No, I'm not. No.
Hey, man, don't fall for peer pressure. If you don't want to do it, that's okay. We still respect you. They get me all the time. They make me say words I don't want to say. They make me say words I can't say. Talk about space rocks.
Dude, that was hilarious, you trying to pronounce that stuff. That was so funny. Okay, Zach Jordan is singing it, but we can't hear it. He's just doing it at the house.
We had a kid in high school. He actually created a whole dance for it, and that was like what everybody knew him for was his Mortal Kombat dance. It was crazy.
That is interesting. The Mortal Kombat dance. I kind of. Do you know how that went? Do you remember it? Can you do it?
Yeah. Can you do it while he's singing it?
He was like 3 grade levels ahead of me, and he ended up passing away his senior year. And the only time I ever saw it was at the end of the year. The end of the year, they do the big rally thing, and everybody, all the seniors, did the dance in remembrance of him.
Oh man!
Wow. Well, that's I get for pushing that. Now I feel bad.
Right? You made me cry with the Mortal Kombat theme song dance. All right, Dustin, you brought it down.
Harrison, I'm not putting that up there.
Sorry.
Okay, moving on. What is our prize for question number 2?
All right, prize cam, do you have that up? It is going to be some gelatinous feely things, otherwise known as erasers. And then Christine's beautiful lunch bag there, saving the world with these food safe
reusable snack bags.
Yep. Thank you, Christine.
And zooming in on the Ghost Rider. Now, a lot of people don't know, but Dustin loves Ghost Rider. Pretty much any superhero or villain who rides a motorcycle, he's a fan of, which I'm pretty sure is secretly why he's also a fan of Captain America.
Just because he has a motorcycle?
Cap has a motorcycle. It's one of his vehicles he traps around in.
No, that's just a plus for me.
That's just icing on the cake.
My second favorite Marvel character is Evil Knievel.
Hey, there's some value in that.
I just got to grab it quick so it's not edited to perfection. But what if Ghost Rider instead drove... Hold on.
Oh, have you got your commercial, your comic strip up?
I don't have the whole strip. I just have... Give me 2 seconds.
Because that was so funny.
What if he instead just drove this minivan? Is he quite as cool?
In this little, it was a 1-page, like a full comic book page, but it was a 1-page comic. And it's like, what if Ghost Rider just had to go to the grocery store? Like a normal, everyday run, right? So you see him like driving there. You see him in the grocery store pushing the cart, and the wheels of the cart are on fire. So funny. several years ago, somebody asked Jeremy to do like an Old Man Quill or Old Man Wolverine story or something cover, and on the back of it, he just drew a bonus Old Man Ghost Rider in a wheelchair, and the wheels were on fire. He had a little blanket over his lap, the whole 9 yards, but the wheels are on fire. It was awesome.
See, me being a Harley guy, like I would be a smart aleck and be like, well, if he had to go to the grocery store, he would just jump on his brand new Road Glide with the big saddlebags and throw all the groceries inside of there.
You got the whole thing laid out. All the details.
Yeah, I like that you've planned that. That's good. So for the reusable snack bag made by Christine, and those are available at Haven too if people want to buy them because they're awesome. For that and some gelatinous feely things, which may or may not have a hidden Ghost Rider secreted away in there. This question is a tough one, and there are 2 correct answers. And if you get both of them, Owen, the guy who writes these questions, thank you, Owen, will donate a Silver Age Marvel comic to the Two Bros subscriber pool box. So
what?
If you get both of these, there's a special prize coming from Owen.
That's awesome.
All right. Now, this is to name the actors, not the characters they played. Okay? So name one of the 2 actors, or both for an extra prize. One of the 2 actors who had their characters killed by a Terminator, a Xenomorph from Aliens, and a Predator. So each of these 2 actors has been killed by a Terminator, a Xenomorph, and a Predator.
I've never seen any of those movies.
What? I thought you were American.
He's going to pick on you about all the movies you haven't seen, too.
Well, then we normally reserve that for you. But
Schwarzenegger?
of course, Jeremy has also not seen any of those movies.
Oh, man, I've seen all these movies.
Is it Schwarzenegger, one of them? That he's
Check
the only
that
one I
out.
know
Look
in
at
there. Hey, we appreciate that, man.
Oh, when you remove the tension.
Stallone, Schwarzenegger, those are the only 2 I know that were in those movies.
Think smaller. You're thinking like huge action star. Game over, man. I've seen this movie, Josh.
Apparently you have. That's one of the 5 you've seen. I approve. Game over, man. Game over.
It's okay. You can call it.
Yeah, I have no clue at all. I'm not too big on I guess actors' names as like I used to be. I used to know a lot about movies and could knock stuff off the top of my head, but I've not seen any of those. So,
all right, I'm zooming back up here through the comments. We got 1 pretty early on, but I don't think we have 2.
I don't
think anybody's got both.
I just see the 1. And the first one I see is Zachary Jordan. Is that the first one you see?
That's the first one I see. Yeah, Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton's the easy one. That's the one I thought of right away. But apparently, Lance Henriksen has also been killed by an alien in Aliens. Also, Predator in Alien vs. Predator. And then also he was in the Terminator to get killed. So, who knew? I didn't know Lance Henriksen's name. But
he's got a very recognizable face, though. I mean, once you see that face, you don't forget it.
All right, Zachary Jordan swoops in to get some feely things and a pouch to put them in, to put his feely things in.
Oh, look, I just noticed in the chat, I guess I should acknowledge him since he just popped in there and said something. I know you guys have acknowledged him, but I have not. But I'll acknowledge and say it's good to see my brother in the chat hanging out, supporting me here on the Haven Comics show. Always appreciate that. Ryan, brother, I hope you're doing well, man.
Now, we already called out Ryan earlier, but yes, Ryan is good people. He said he's going to be coming down to Haven soon to collect all his Haven bucks and spend them up.
Yeah, Ryan wins a lot of stuff.
For winning the 4th question that we asked, or the 5th question we asked, which is the Canadian question. That dude is must have some parentage in Canada because he is on top of those all the time.
Oh yeah, he tells me. I was trying to throw the swerve on Nick there.
I wondered about that because I was like, "Where's he going with that?" But no, it went where I thought it was going to go because that's what I would do too. That's what I would do too.
For question 3, I feel okay. So what's the term? It's when Dunning-Kruger principle. When you know something, so you just assume everybody else knows it too. I've screwed up some questions before because I was like, that's easy. I want harder questions. I'm interested.
The Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how quick people get this. For my comic book, always question number 3. You can win my comic book, which I launched last year as a Kickstarter. Got 3 different artists in it. It's a horror comic. Pretty cool little thing I made. I'm proud of it. Also, just a quick shout out to everybody. I got another comic book that is actually complete. It's just going through color right now. We're going to see what's happening with it. But expect that in the next couple of weeks, maybe months. Who knows? Pretty soon. Okay. Who was the first Marvel character outside of the original Norse pantheon to be deemed worthy to wield Thor's hammer, Mjolnir?
First person who was essentially not an Asgardian, right? That's
Yep.
getting that outside the Norse pantheon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cap and Vision both come to mind, but I don't know. That seems too easy, and I'm not sure which would have been first. I know it was like Thor 370 or 346 or something. I got that one. I'm just gonna say Cap.
Are you sure?
390, dude. The one you're thinking about. First time Cap is in 390.
390, yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't?
It's further downstream.
You sure it wasn't the dang frog?
It was not Throg, no.
Wasn't that still Thor though? Or was it Beta Ray?
Was it?
You get to say when you got your final answer, bro.
I'm trying to think of what would have been first, Beta Ray or Thor. I mean, Cap. What was Beta Ray's first appearance? What was the number? Was it? I think it had to have been before 390 because I think it was like in the 200s or something. I'm gonna go with Beta Ray.
Nailed it, Beta Ray Bill.
Okay.
337, I believe, is first.
All right.
appearance
Yeah.
of Beta Ray Bill.
After I started thinking about it, I'm like Thor 390. Like that's way up there, and Beta Ray, I believe, was way under. So.
The encyclopedic knowledge of when things happened in comic books, very impressive to me, right? Like, I can't keep my grocery list straight. So to hear somebody be like, no, it's 330, no, it's 280, it's 278, it's impressive. I'm excited to see that.
I appreciate it. I don't have a lot.
Let's talk about that frog real quick. First, Throg was Loki just turned the dude into a frog, and it was actually Thor. And then there was just another frog eventually that this is just the character. People liked him so much that they were like, hey, why don't we just get another frog and give him his own Mjolnir? Because that made a lot of sense. A lot. Okay, so for question 4, you're playing for this My Little Pony variant. Josh?
I know he's got to be excited about that.
Oh,
That's
man.
a big book.
When you say this is a big book, what do you mean?
If that was Josh behind it, I mean, he's like 7 foot tall. That book's got to be at least 10 foot.
Oh, I look very unhappy about it. That's funny.
All right,
Yeah. So for this 1 in 10 incentive cover for My Little Pony, we asked a question that matches up perfectly with that comic. So, during what crossover event did Wolverine and Sabretooth first meet in the comics?
It was Wolverine 10, I think. What was it?
I'll give you a hint, it was not Wolverine 10.
That wasn't the first one I did.
No.
Ooh. Then it had to have been X-Men, huh? I know the X-Men, 212, 213, and 222 were for the Wolverine Sabretooths.
What was the story called? It was a big crossover event. It had a name.
I can see the covers. I'm trying to think of.
It was not this.
Spark.
It was also not this.
I'll give you a hint. Wolverine and Sabretooth are fighting on the cover.
Yeah. It says
No.
round one. Oh. Yeah.
Man, our comment section is just getting crazy. Just starting to settle in for the night, getting their
Santa
they are.
Claus.
Knocking over comics back here behind me.
Man, just throw an answer out there. It's either right or it's wrong. It's one or the other. 50. You got a 50-50 shot.
The what was one of the earlier ones? The Mutant Massacre?
Had to,
thought that was-
deep to pull that one out. He had
I
to
thought
reach
that was.
deep.
I was thinking that, and I was thinking the other one, and I can't remember the other one, but I was thinking that one was way past the early 200s in X-Men. So I was like, that's not it. But
You were probably thinking Extinction Agenda, which is one of the better X-Men stories ever been told. Extinction Agenda was amazing. But no, Mutant Massacre was cool. That spread over a whole bunch of books. 5, 6 different series? Okay. Thor, X-Men, X-Factor, New Mutants, and Power Pack.
yeah, I've got all of them except for the Thor and the Power Pack.
What's Thor have to do with any of that? I never read that. So was
Oh,
Thor
dude,
just?
Mutant Massacre was awesome back in the day. I mean, Thor had as much to do with it as the Power Pack did. Do you even know what the Power Pack is, Jeremy?
Yes, of course I know what the Power Pack is. A bunch of little kids pretending they're superheroes. I mean, maybe they got powers. They're not interesting. I didn't read it, but I know what they are.
How do you know they weren't interesting? You never read it.
Hey, look, man, if I look at something and I'm like, I don't want to read that, then it's not interesting to me.
Oh, so
Hey, well, hold on.
the cover.
Dustin, what's your motto? What's your tagline? Read it to me, because I can't read that far.
Collect your way.
Ah, see, Josh?
You forgot to do the.
Is it? Did somebody in the chat get it?
Oh, yeah, a bunch of people in the chat got it, but they also got Santa Claus, and somebody said Hamlet, and somebody said
This one
Bank
was one of
Fraud
my
again.
favorites.
Slash
Is it okay?
Kebabs.
Is it okay for me to donate some of these prizes to the people in the chat?
Yeah, people do it all the time.
All right.
You do whatever you want. You do you.
Yeah. Yeah. So whoever got that right in the chat first, I'll definitely move that prize to them.
Okay, we're going to go up there and kind of dig this out.
I've got the chat turned off on my end.
Thank you.
Looks like Chris
I'll
was
bet
the first one I see.
Okay. Chris, we're going to go ahead and give you prize number 4.
I'm not
Jason
giving the
Edmonds was
Power
right
Rangers
behind
up,
him.
but I'll give the rest of them up.
Hey, man, is Power Pack interesting? Should I be reading Power Pack?
They were good at the time. They're less interesting now, but Louise Simonson, she writes a mean story, and she packed a lot of cool stuff into a book featuring a team full of kids. It's not the joke write-off book that you would think like just a piece of garbage. No, Louise Simonson did a very good job with that book.
Well, I did judge it by its cover and the fact that, you got X-Men are awesome. And then...
As Owen says...
Yeah, but everybody's more powerful than the X-Men. Thor's more powerful. I mean, Captain Marvel's more powerful. It doesn't mean I want to read them. I want a character who's struggling. That's what I personally want. Wolverine, it's not his claws or his healing factor that's interesting to me. It's the fact that, he can't catch a break. That's what I want.
Then you got like Captain America and Sabretooth. They just struggle with how awesome they are. So
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want a guy that's just too cool.
What's your struggle today? Oh, I'm too awesome.
yep.
Yeah.
I live in a world that's not as awesome as me.
That's not what I like. And collect your way. Do my own
I gotta
thing.
say, I know that that's what they've turned Franklin Richards into, but for the love of all things holy, I cannot stand Franklin Richards, and I don't care much for Valeria either. Like, they take the kids and just they lose all sense of how to tell a story, and it just becomes this weird power trip. I hate it.
Yeah. Boring. I want a guy that falls down in the mud occasionally, like Spider-Man.
I tell you,
Right.
the issue where Spider-Man, his costume got all messed up, and he ends up at the Baxter Building, and he goes out wearing one of the Fantastic Four outfits with a literal paper bag over his head, was one of the most fun issues ever.
I think
Exactly.
I've seen somebody do a variant of that or something.
Well,
Granted, adult Franklin is awesome, but they can't write kids. None of these guys can.
so Spider-Man could beat up any 5 X-Men at the same time, but he's running around in sewers with a paper bag over his head half the time, and that's why I like him. So
See, Dustin's not a Spider-Man fan, but Ryan is, so it's okay. We're doing that. We're talking about Spider-Man for Ryan. Don't give him grief.
Ryan's the reason why I go anti-Spider-Man. It's just a dig.
Dustin,
Go ahead.
Dustin, you've been doing too well, so we've got to move one over to just the audience. This is I should have it queued up before I say that. The rule here, Dustin's the only person that can't answer. Josh and I can answer. We can win it if we want to, if we get to it first. But audience, let us know as quickly as you can what Canadian singer recorded a Grammy-winning song for Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves. Josh, do you actually know it?
Of course I know it. That's one of the best songs ever from a movie that does not hold up nearly as well as I wish it did.
I had no idea this was from that movie.
Never seen that one either.
We got
phenomenal movie. I saw it opening day, right? And when Sean Connery comes in at the end as King Richard, opening day, everybody's like, yeah! I saw it again in the theater 3 weeks later, and when Sean Connery comes in at the end, everybody goes, it's just the difference in the energy of a crowd, right? But no, that song was pretty spectacular, and we got a hit right out of the gate.
Right away.
Yeah, it took no time at all, and oddly, it wasn't Ryan.
It's Zachary Jordan. Zachary Jordan has refused a call to come on this show, and it's too late, man. You need to be up here. You need to get on the show. So.
Yeah, Aaron did it, and so then she called him out and told him he has to do it, so we're pretty sure he's going to do it. I will say Aaron is correct. Alan Rickman was phenomenal in that movie, and I still quote lines from that movie to this day, and a lot of them are Alan Rickman's lines because he was just amazing. Oh, we have a commitment.
Awesome, Zachary. We'll get with you about how to hop on. I do.
There is no actual hopping involved, just so you know.
It's virtual hopping.
Yeah, it's a virtual hop.
We didn't even let the prize cam do her thing.
The prize cam looks sad. Look, the flag is not waving.
Sorry, prize cam. I'm repping tonight, at least. The song was "I Do It For You," and everyone will remember with
everything I
do it for you.
Everything I do it for you.
I've never seen that movie. Is it any good?
Man, that's just not right. So we had a question, like, what was the prize? What did he win? That was for our 25 Haven pesos, 25 Haven bucks.
I'm not on it tonight. Yeah. The reason he can't win it is because we love you, audience, and we want you to come into the store and tell us you love us back. And that's okay if you don't.
By spending the money we give you.
Yeah, I mean, you just do you. We want you to be happy. That's all we care about. So we're going to give you $25 Haven dollars, and we're going to let you do whatever you want with it.
That would have went a long way for me with my next visit. Maybe not that far.
Every little bit helps.
Dustin, are you into graded comics?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about.
It's a dangerous place, but there's something fun about them. I have to admit, I agree, and I never thought I would say that.
So Josh has been getting graded comics left and right lately, and they move. And what I've noticed is people are way more interested in graded comics, and I don't really 100% know why. Can you guys tell me what's up with that?
There's an element for the cover, and there's an element for the story, but since it's graded, you can't read the story anymore. So it's the cover, it's the book and any inherent value that the book has, and then it's how good a grade can you get.
Yep.
And I just said get, like a real Southern. I said get.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple things. I mean, one, it's you've got the ability of an easier way to display it. Mm-hmm. You've got the preserve and protection part in that aspect of it. And the other aspect of it you've got is that this little number right here dictates the exact price that book is worth. And it is unquestionable, with the way the market is. So there's several different outlets that you can go to, and you can look up what this first print, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 2 in a 9.4 for a first print. You can go and look and see how much this book is worth. Now with a raw copy, you can't really do that. All you can do is get the gist of like the general area of where that book is selling for, and say, okay, well, if I pay this, I'm not paying too much. But there's always an aspect of you're not really sure of what that grade is going to be. And especially if you're buying it from a seller and you're getting it shipped to you, like you're just looking at pictures, you don't know. Yeah. And if it goes to a slab, I know, okay, I'm looking it up. This book's worth this much. So as long as I can get it for that or a little less, I'm going to feel good about making this purchase, and I don't have to worry about the grade being different when I get it. Once it's in there, it's in there. But it's just, for me, the majority of the books that I have had graded have been strictly just for preservation. I don't send any and everything to get graded, but I've got my Iron Fist 14 graded, my Cap 100 graded, my Ghost Rider 1, Marvel Spotlight 5, my Uncanny 266, stuff like that I really want to be preserved and taken care of and not have to worry as much. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I'll spend.
An interesting thing happened to me this week. I sell art. I'm an artist. That's the thing that I do. A lot of people ask me to draw on sketch covers lately, and it's just kind of become a little niche for me. And I dig it, but I've never had this happen. This is a Carnage that I drew, and you'll see somebody had it actually slabbed. Came in at 9.8, and it's a little hard to read here, but they notated that it was by me with the color artist that was involved too, and I have no idea why somebody would have done that. It was such a strange thing to actually see. We sold it for $80, both of us together. We were just trying to clear some of the books that we had. And this guy sold it. He had it slabbed, and then he sold it for $230. So that was such a strange thing for me to actually see. Somebody bought and flipped my art. Do you guys ever see that?
You may tell you why?
Sure. That's actually exactly why I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah. Throw the picture back up. That's exactly why right there, because it is freaking awesome, dude.
Well, thank you.
People, I'm telling you, I have been actually looking.
Thanks, Josh. If anybody wants to follow my art, you can follow me on Instagram at Jeremy Bernat Art, or if you just want to talk to me about anything, you can go to jeremybernatart@outlook.com, and we'll talk to you about art. Or if Facebook or whatever. You can talk to me on the street. You can stop me and just ask me art questions all day. But
buy a house from him, and he's obligated to talk about art with you for like 2 hours.
But no, I mean, people really have gotten. I've noticed a lot more recently that people are really digging this the original art that's done on these covers, and it doesn't have to be by some big fancy Marvel creator from the 60s and 70s and 80s, to buy like original art from the comics. Like, people are really into these sketch covers now just as much. And I mean, you get really awesome one-of-a-kind pieces like that, and you get that yellow label on it that certifies right there that you are the one who did it. It was certified. It's unquestionable. You were the one that did the art. And I mean, you get one-of-a-kind stuff like that. I mean, it's something that people really love, and it's worth investing in. I mean, I do a show called The Hunt, where we show books off and basically battle all night with the best covers. And some of us there, I've seen guys going and grabbing sketch covers that are done and using those even on that show. I mean, and they win. People really enjoy it. So I don't have a doubt in my mind why somebody would want to do that, man. That cover was great.
I have one that I've always wanted to slab, but this is one that I did last summer.
Oh, that's awesome.
But they said that I had to actually be physically present to prove that it was me. But this guy bought it from us on eBay, so I guess that's good enough.
Well, he's probably one of the people that are a witness for CGC. Now, I don't know exactly what you have to do, but you as an artist can actually fill out and do the paperwork and register yourself as a CGC certified artist. And then you can send your own stuff in and get that yellow label and get it back with the slab and the yellow label, certified label too. You just have to go through the hoops and stuff with CGC to get that to happen, but you can definitely do that.
Man, I am definitely going to. Thank you.
He's doing it right now.
Yeah,
he's so excited. He's like, woo-hoo.
I mean, I was just
I'm done. I'm not even going to finish the rest of the show. CGC certified artist.
Yep. I was just talking to Josh last week. I've got a friend, Randy Proctor. He does a different type of sketch covers. He doesn't use pencils, pens, markers, or anything. He burns these images into the comic. Wow. And it is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And he is a registered CGC artist as well, and he sends them off. He numbers every one of them, gets them graded. You get the yellow label. You get these beautiful works of art that he's burned on there with almost something that looks like a soldering iron. Wow. And it's not cheap. I think he's, for the art and the grading and everything, all back to you, runs somewhere around $650 to $700. But I mean, he stays busy all the time. So I mean, when you start to build up a fan base, people see your art it's something that people absolutely will pay for. I mean, I'm setting up to do one with him later this year. So definitely get that registration filled out, man, so you can do that, because then you can get your own stuff registered and slabbed, and then you can sell your own artwork for $280. It was, and you don't have.
Man, that would be nice.
Hey, what did you think about Nick's Sabretooth cover there that he did the other night from the Babylon?
Bro, Comic-Con. Come on, man. No way. All 5 of them were trash. All 5 of them were trash, and you know it.
I want you to know. I don't know if he told you this. Nick came in to Haven Comics. I was standing there. Josh was standing there, and I said, I'd love to draw you a Sabretooth for your show. And he said no. Just so you know. Yeah.
He had me excited because he was I was all right, Justin's way too excited about doing Sabretooth covers, because he knows when it comes down to it, if we're being what's up, man? What's going on?
We got King Bean is in the house.
Yes, sir.
Hey, me too. King Bean.
Oh, he doesn't know Jeremy. You, but he knows us.
He knows me now. We're friends now.
You have Beans. He's the King Bean. He's at the Babylon on Saturday nights. He's a riot.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Nick made me think he had some great books, and I'm like, "You gonna let me get them when we get done? Like, you don't collect anything, Sabretooth." He was like, "Oh, I'll definitely let you have it."
Oh,
Did
man.
Nick tell you he robbed a couple of books out of the box that I put aside for you the other day?
Yeah.
I was like,
no,
I think Dustin will probably like these. And then Nick's like, hey, I picked up these books.
Oh no, he just told me I got some awesome stuff at Haven this week.
Guys, we got to get back on track because as much as I am personally going to make money off this conversation, we got to give the audience a chance to win some prizes.
Some prizes, that's true.
Yeah. Question 6. Let's check the prize
number
cam.
6. What is our prize?
This is this beautiful. I removed it. This is that beautiful Wonder Woman variant cover from Future State Next Batman. This is from WW84, which, for all its flaws as a movie, it's gorgeous. You can't deny that, and they really captured it here. This is Campbell, right? Yeah, this
J.
is
Scott Campbell, yeah.
Yeah. So, gorgeous cover. Josh, how do you win that cover?
By providing the correct answer to this question. And I know how much Dustin loves Star Wars, so sorry, Dustin. What classic Japanese film did George Lucas cite as the primary inspiration for the creation of Star Wars?
Godzilla.
I'm just envisioning that's where the whole idea for Darth Vader came from. He just goes through, oh!
I know not one a thing about. I don't think I can name a Japanese film, and I don't think I have 1 ounce of reasonable knowledge that matters to anyone about Star Wars. So anything I know is probably something people would hate here to hear. Because Jar Jar Binks is number 1. I'm just saying.
That's painful. Ouch.
Hey, he was voted number 1 on our top 10 on the Babylon.
Yeah, I know. That was painful. That bothered me a lot. I couldn't deal with it.
I almost bought Justin a 20-inch Jar Jar Binks figure last weekend.
That's just not right, man.
Dustin, you're going with Godzilla. That's your final answer?
Godzilla versus Mothra.
Nailed it. That's exactly the inspiration for Star Wars. And the right answer is actually here in the comments. It is the 7th Samurai.
No.
Great.
It's not? What?
No.
I just thought I knew that answer, and so I didn't bother to read.
No, you should really
A
check
great flaw.
We have some almost correct answers.
Man.
But the first one that I see that's actually correct is this one.
Wow. Zachary, you're killing it tonight. Also, man.
Alan, I'm afraid if you come and join the Saturday Night Babylon, you would light up those comments. You would get along great with those guys. That's always a hoot.
Every Saturday night, it's a 2-on-1 fight with those 2 against me, and I lose every time.
we come just to watch you get beat up every time.
Pretty much.
He's not wrong. It's a pretty consistent way that things tend to go. It's kind of amusing.
And even if I'm right, I find a way to talk myself out of it. I don't know.
True.
I find there are a couple of people in my life. Prize Cam is the one I'm thinking about. Doesn't matter what the argument is. I'm wrong, no matter what, and it's just this loop. It doesn't matter. You're just in one of those. It's like
that is literally my life with Nick.
Oh
He
man!
will find some kind of way to argue that my shirt is not red, and there will be no way, no matter what I say, he will find something to discredit what I'm saying about my shirt being red and make everyone believe his argument, even though it's right in front of you. Like I can't win.
Dustin, what color do you think your shirt is?
Yep.
Don't go gaslighting our guests, Jeremy.
I put up a picture on our Instagram of a guy trying to start a chainsaw with the blade between his legs, holding the chainsaw. I was like, this is me trying to win an argument against my brother.
Crazy. I have an older brother and a younger 2 brothers, and I couldn't win an argument with my older brother to save my life. So I just became a very flippant person, just completely irrational, and I don't even try anymore. So
that's me. I get really irrational, and then he silences me and kicks me off the show.
I didn't know I could do that. Josh, watch out. Okay, question number 7. What are we playing for? I'm going to add it to the stream.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Dustin?
Oh man!
Whoa!
Prize cam.
Our prize cam is vicious.
I hope that print's still good. All right, good. All right, so this is a print that I made. Am I echoey now? Josh, you ruined my audio. Okay, so this is just a print of my artwork. It's kind of Mignola inspired. That's my face. You can win that too, so the prize cam doesn't have it anymore. All right. Won't have to look at it as much.
Oh, the prize cam says no.
Okay, to win that, all you have to do is answer. I feel like you've got this one. In the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic, what villain does April O'Neil originally work for?
Baxter Stockman.
Nailed it.
So that was so quick, man.
In this book right here.
I was about to say,
that's crazy.
You can show us the issue where that first comes out, right?
I just got that in today. I'm a wee bit excited about that one.
I've always loved that the cartoon that I grew up with, nothing to do with the story in terms of the comic. Like Baxter Stockman he made the Mousers. He's a crazy, computer scientist kind of guy. Yeah. And then in the cartoon, he's a fly. So
yeah. The comics were way too
grown up.
Yeah, they're not necessarily rated R, but they're right there. So that's when you get the TMNT Adventures, because they actually Peter and Eastman ended up working with a team that were helping them get their publicity and do the toys and stuff like that. And once Power Rangers really started taking effect, they were like, hey, we need to go this route. We need to do a live action. We need to bring in a female turtle. And that was when the Laird Eastman split happened. But, the team really kind of geared them out of this Mirage Studios violent era of comics and said, let's move in and we're going to do the cartoon, but they all have to have different color bandanas. So you get TMNT Adventures #1. That's why they all have that's the first time they have the different color bandanas. You'll see that the comics there start to take more of a turn towards like a PG type read. And that was to help kind of push the cartoon a little bit too.
Sorry guys, I'm doing some detective work. I think
yeah,
maybe.
I saw the comment too. Zachary Jordan says that somebody else won the comic, and I don't see a comment from that person.
Yeah, it's Jonathan Mitchell. I didn't see it either. Yeah, YouTube is weird because it will hold comments and then dump them all at the same time. So our mistake.
So if you give it a few seconds, they show up in the actual order.
Yeah. That
they came in, but YouTube is trying to make sure nobody's saying anything naughty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that was Jonathan Mitchell. Jonathan, nice to see you. Looks like you're a new name in the comments, so happy to have you here. Also, Zachary, you're a stand-up guy, so thank you for that.
So did anybody in the chat get that one right?
Somebody did. I saw the name. It was King Bean.
All right.
It's the first one I saw. Let's see if anybody else had it.
I'll donate that prize to the Bean Man then.
Man, people giving away my artwork as soon as they get it.
Oh, that one was for your artwork?
Yeah, you gave it away. The Bean Man got it already.
I'll tell you what. I'll give the Bean Man. What was the first book that I won?
No, don't give your stuff away. I got two. Dustin, you got it. Bean Man, you got it. What's Bean Man's actual name, though?
Okay.
That is, I do need that.
Corey.
Corey, gotcha.
Oh, sorry, brother. I didn't know. Sorry to say your government name on YouTube, man.
Wait, his name is a government name? I know some guys named Corey, and they never told me that they were government.
Oh, he typed it in the chat, so we're cool.
They're revenuers.
Cool. Corey,
showing up right out of the gate, his first night on, and he's winning prizes.
Corey, get at us after the show and let me know if you're local or how to mark your stuff. Okay,
and if anybody needs their very own Mjolnir, these are Haven Comics exclusives available at Haven Comics until we get a cease and desist. They're made by my brother-in-law. He does the leather work on here, the whole 9 yards. This is wood; it's not actual moon rock.
Uru metal. I do know one thing.
But these are awesome. They look great. They're a lot of fun, and they will hurt if you pop somebody in the head with them. So I don't recommend doing that unless you're really angry and don't mind jail. We've got some up at the shop, dude. They're awesome.
Looks like perfect Nick's head size.
Of course, James Parker knew I was worthy. Yes.
He didn't say worthy. He said worth.
See, look, you got to just read on, bro. James knows where it's at.
Man. Okay.
Yes.
I guess you might be worthy. What do I know? All right. Moving on. Question 9. Wait, hold on.
I think we skipped one, didn't we? Yes.
Yeah, we're on 8. I messed something up.
Yeah, let's go to question 8 because that's one I really want to know if he can answer it for. What's the prize for question number 8?
Let's cut to the prize cam. It looks like it is a Deadpool trade paperback. Dustin and Corey won question 7.
Yep.
Jonathan, Michael, what did you win? I got a bunch of stuff mixed up here.
Yes.
That's not good.
Close the toilet seat, close the lid, and put Mjolnir on top of the toilet lid. It's a great party trick if you want to clean up a lot of messes.
So for this one, you're playing for Deadpool Classic. You get to dive into Classic Deadpool. His character has changed significantly over the years, days, weeks, months. And so it's cool to get back to what he actually was a cold-blooded psychopath murderer. I'm into it.
And Dustin's like, oh, it's starting to sound like Sabretooth. I like it. All right. So for that classic Deadpool trade of how Deadpool used to be, you got to answer this question, and I'm hoping that for the love of all things holy, you can answer this question. I know that you're probably not going to get it. And it makes me happy. But like we often do, this is our official question for this man. See, that is because it is a real estate question. And he's a realtor, so we had to find some way to tie these things together. We know it's weird. Give us a break.
You'll see this place pop up on Zillow eventually, right? I mean,
if you see this pop up anywhere, I don't care what it's going for, Jeremy. You get this for me. You just let me know. We'll put the deposit down, sight unseen. I'll put the earnest money in. I'm going to buy it. It's going to be mine.
If I ever see this pop up on Zillow, I got you.
So I don't know if you track all the things that are on Staten Island, but that's where this is located. And if you see it, it's mine. So, real estate question of the night for the Deadpool trade. The Pit is the name of the fictional headquarters for what fictional group of heroes? They call their headquarters the Pit.
I think I've worked at a couple places where we called our headquarters the Pit too. So I don't know that that's a good name.
Is it the Cobra guys from G.I. Joe?
You're thinking of the Terror Drome.
I was just
Or
thinking,
possibly Cobra Island.
I was thinking like Cobras, Snake Pit.
I mean, that all makes sense. Not gonna lie.
I'm gonna. That was my only answer.
All right,
That's fair.
that is fair.
I'll give this one to the chat.
Apparently, Lizzie Borden's home is for sale. So, if anybody else wants to check out some cool things they may or may not be interested in, let me know.
That's the first correct answer I saw was from Alan Breedlove. Did
Of
anybody
course.
have it before that?
Oh, I was close.
You were very close. Yeah, their base is a secret base that is underneath the chaplain's assistant's motor pool. They're at the base on Staten Island. So yeah, you pull in your car and like on the lift that you would pull your car up to get worked on, right? Except that whole thing is a platform that goes down.
So I think based on our bylaws, because Alan won a G.I. Joe question, he just won that comic behind you, right?
No. No.
We got a 9.8 of that yet?
I sold my 9.8 over the summer.
If you're wishing you hadn't now.
Well, you darn right. Because what I sold it for and what it's going now, yeah, I
Could've
sold
bought
it
two
for
of them last year.
$375, and it's now going for like $1,500. It's
Going for
painful.
that.
I tried for you, Alan.
It's going for almost 3 now.
Is it really? Oh, I feel sick now.
That's all right. The guy bought that Ghost Rider 1, the 8.0. I bought it from him, and literally a week later, there were like 5 sales for like $400 more than I paid for it the week before.
Wow.
And I paid FMV for it that week, but it just. Well, sorry to bring up that, Josh. Man, I don't want to.
I was
All
hoping
right.
he was going to talk his way around to it, but his logic, not knowing,
His sound, yeah.
was made sense. Because Snake Pit, that makes all the sense in the world. No, I get it. I get it. God dang it. Still thinking about that G.I. Joe #1. I'm going to tear up.
Hey, I could have bought Bitcoin. Like we all made bad decisions. It's okay. It'll come back to you. And then when you need to sell your house to buy it, just think of me. Right? All right, question 9. We're playing
What's
for
the
this.
prize for question 9?
We're playing for this beautiful nude Wolverine. So, I mean, if you're a big Sabretooth fan, maybe you like naked Wolverine too. What do I know? And this was drawn by local artist Tom Price. He told me to let you guys know that he's got some prints and other cool things coming out. This, the details implied, but there's a lot of detail on this that I'm going to let whoever wins look at on their own. And all you need to do to win that rad comic book that you can grade, I didn't know, you can get it graded. It'll be worth $1 million as soon as you do, is answer, in what cult 1980s classic film would you find a semi-truck named the Pork Chop Express?
God, what a great movie.
Wouldn't know. Haven't seen it. That's my tagline.
The only semi-truck.
The semi-truck is not a key focal point of the movie per se.
Oh, people are gonna laugh at me. But the only thing I can think of that comes to mind is because the semi truck is what killed it. Like that's all. The only thing on my mind is Smokey and the Bandit.
I thought you were about to say Over the Top, that Stallone movie with the
that's
truck
another
driver
one.
who does the
I
arm
love
wrestling.
that one. I love.
And
that
he's pulling these arm wrestling training in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen that movie. That's
Of course
crazy.
you have. No wonder you don't watch movies. You watch garbage.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm going to
Smokey and the
have
Bandit.
to,
That's a good movie. I haven't seen that one in a long time. That's due for a rewatch.
yeah, I'm going to give this one to the chat too because
Well, we
I
got
feel like
a correct answer pretty quick.
yeah, I feel like I got to give it a second though to make sure I don't give people's stuff away.
There's the one that I see that had the first correct answer.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I was looking way down the chat. Okay, so Aaron, you won this beautiful nude Wolverine cover. Congratulations. You can pick it up at Haven Comics.
I'm gonna spill a little dirt on Erin. She would prefer it if that was a naked Ben Grimm thing.
Okay. Just get a pen and just draw in little rocks around him. Make your own Ben Grimm. Any old photo, just.
But then there's so much work because he's got all that hair, and you'd have to do a lot of work with the pen to make that look.
Whiteout pen.
Well, I guess that would work too. Yeah.
But I appreciate you letting the world know. Being an artist, a lot of work.
Nude Marine.
Love it. She says she's doing it. Erin says she's into it. She's going to make him bend. I'd love to see it as soon as it happens. Okay. We're at question 10.
Zachary Jordan's getting called out here, man.
Zach versus Zach rivalry.
Zach hitting it out. Like, come on, man. Oh, and that's a good reminder, everybody. Thank you. If you like the show, if you enjoy watching this, hit that button and let the algorithm at YouTube know that you like us. Because Lord knows they're not going to know any other way.
Yep, just turn your phone straight up and then hit the button. It's right here.
See, that's a professional YouTube man right there. He just tells you right where it is. Look right here, guys.
Got to turn your phone landscape side and then hit it. And then if you see that red button, hit that too. That means you ain't subscribed.
See, there you go. He's working it. I know it.
Peter, real estate questions go through your Outlook email. Peter, any way you contact me, we will figure it out. I've got a real estate email, and then that other one's just for art. But if you reach out to me about anything, I will talk to you about anything. So whatever email you've got, reach out to me, and I'll give you every contact method I have, including my messenger pigeon. His name is Roger. All right, next.
I like when you take Roger up to the store and then he flies back home and beats you there.
Man, I need to remember not to make jokes because I just have really had to reach for that. Really had to reach. And it felt like I was just going to fall on my face, and it was hard. So question number 10, Prize Cam, are you available to show us what you win? This is the jewel in the crown of tonight's prizes.
It is?
Oh, I think so. This is a radical prize. I want this prize.
Fair enough. Let's see if the prize cam is back online. The prize cam is derelict in its duties. Wow, we're just going to sit here and wait.
I can hear the prize cam telling me something, but I can't hear what it is.
If we all stare hard
I
enough.
think my phone cracked out.
Oh, the prize cam's phone died.
Oh, the prize cam's manager. That's who that was, because the prize cam doesn't speak, as we all know.
I get to show you this beautiful thing. This is Rocket Raccoon. It is a free comic book day version, but what's radical about this Rocket Raccoon #1, is it's signed. This is a real deal. Signed by Scotty Young. I think it's a real deal.
It is.
I know. Josh picked it up.
Signed at South Carolina Comic-Con.
Beautiful. I have a Scotty Young signature. I'm going to validate it. I'm going to pull mine up too. Make sure mine's wrong. Okay, and then so
Canadian.
we're going to answer this, and then I want to circle back. The prize cam wants to know what your tattoos are. Apparently somebody asked this.
Yeah,
in the
James
comments.
was asking that earlier.
Okay.
So that's next. But next number 1, question number 10.
Question number 10. For the Scotty Young signed comic, what WWE Hall of Fame pro wrestler starred as Captain Freedom in the 1987 Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Running Man? What WWE Hall of Fame pro wrestler starred as a character named Captain Freedom in the 1987 Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Running Man?
Captain Freedom. Slaughter? Or Hulk? Or Jesse the Body Ventura?
Let's talk through it. Work your way through this. You got this.
Well, I know Jesse did some movies. Hogan obviously did movies, but I don't know if he did any with Schwarzenegger.
You don't?
I don't know.
I can tell you right now that there's a movie that you have seen that he did with Arnold Schwarzenegger, even if I know for a fact.
I can't think of. The only reason why it's like when you said Captain Freedom, I was thinking like Slaughter came to mind because, you know, he's.
Yeah, but he's not going to take. No, he's a sergeant, and we all know that.
Yeah.
He's not going to jump the chain of command and call himself a captain.
But I know Jesse did some movies. I'm going to go with that. I don't know.
Hey, man, trust your heart. Look deep into your heart and just say whatever your heart says.
It was not Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
No.
It was not Hillbilly Jim.
No.
It was not The Undertaker.
We've got like every wrestler, I imagine, that's ever wrestled.
I'll just go with the Body.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
The Governor.
That is the right answer. Congratulations. You just won the sick Rocket Raccoon signature.
Now let's talk about this though for a second. You know for a fact that Jesse the Body Ventura was in another movie with Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
I know you know this. He had the big saw that just... I mean, he clear-cut a forest in like 7 seconds flat.
With Hogan.
Not with Hogan, with Schwarzenegger. Jesse the Body Ventura and Schwarzenegger.
Oh, no, I was saying I didn't think Hogan and Schwarzenegger did a movie together.
I thought you said Jesse the Body Ventura, because I was like, you got to be kidding. That's one of the most popular movies of all time that they were in together.
What?
No, I didn't think Hogan. I don't think Hogan and Schwarzenegger did one together, did they?
Not
they
that
just
I
seemed
know
like
of.
two big egos. Those two just don't seem like they'd be able to fit in a screen together. And
not unless they did Mr. Mom 2 or something. No.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here. I'm like. Yeah, because I know Jesse did a bunch of movies around then, but I was like, well, Hogan was breaking in, doing like movies here and there, but like he wouldn't have done anything with Schwarzenegger. I don't think. Because his ego would not have allowed him to be in a movie with someone bigger than him. No.
Hulk Hogan would have just taken his 17-inch biceps and gone on about something else. But yeah, Jesse the Body Ventura in Predator. That was a great character. That was all good stuff.
Yeah.
Man, you killed it tonight in terms of prizes.
He did kind of stack them up, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So, hold on. You have to beat 4, right? To win something, finally, against your brother, right? This is a conversation. This is an argument he can't win.
4.
Right? So 2 weeks ago, he showed up, he did his best, he walked away with 4. So you won number 1, 2, 3, and 4. You guys tied. You guys tied. You are exactly the same quality of quiz show contestants. And you know what? To that.
Yeah, that was Stallone, though. That wasn't Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. I don't know if we're having the same conversation.
No, I just popped a comment up.
Oh,
He might have
okay.
been saying because I said Hogan wouldn't do something with someone bigger than him. I think the only reason why I did that one though is because he got to beat Stallone up and make him look bad.
True.
In Rocky?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he beat the crap out of Rocky for a minute.
Hey, Alan, I mean, you can choose your favorite. I mean,
Everybody does. Everybody does. We have Team Nick and Team Dustin T-shirts.
but,
That's true. That's
objectively, when it comes to the Haven Comics Quiz Show, they're both killing it. You can't
So-
say one is better than the other.
You want to run through our list of who won what?
I would love to if the prize cam brought me the prizes list, but I'm gonna do it off the top of my head. I've got who won the number. So
Oh man, look at this. Oh yeah. Oh, getting called out.
the the prize cam's helping me out, and I can do exactly what my job is.
Words.
I am the word. I'm not very good at my job tonight. All right, thanks for bearing with us. So, number one, the stickers. That was Dustin. Good job. For the erasers plus Christine's reusable sandwich bag, that was Zachary Jordan, killing it all the time. My comic, Dustin, you won that. Feel free to give it away immediately. That's up to you. Number four, that was Chris, won the My Little Pony variant. And I think he said he is a brony, so went to the right person. And then Zachary Jordan won 25 Haven comic dollars. We're still working on the name for those. The Haven pesos, Haven yen. Okay. And then for number six, that was the Wonder Woman variant. Jonathan Michael won that, I believe. Pipe in if I've missed something here, because there was a weird little minute where it looks like we gave a bunch of stuff to people that maybe somebody else. All right, and then number seven, that's my print. I'm going to get one of those to Dustin and then one to Corey. Corey, I'm going to have to mail that to you, so I am going to need your government name and address. And then 8, Alan Breedlove won the Deadpool trade. And then the Naked Wolverine comic went to Erin Shoemate. She's going to convert that into the thing and let us see it. And then number 10, the signed Rocket Raccoon, number 1, free comic book day edition, signed by Scotty Young. That went to Dustin. So
I like that.
comic
Yeah,
coins,
good.
that's actually really good.
Yeah. I dig it.
You may or may not recognize the last name there. That's my brain. That's where everything good about me comes from, that commenter. Okay, so Dustin, you killed it. You did great, and you walked away with the big prize of the night. And to that, I say...
You see this?
Awesome.
I love that video because it is way too long.
Did you see that, Dustin?
Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to you for sure. Absolutely. And I saw someone ask about did I donate the Rocket Raccoon thing. Tell you what I'll do. I won't be on the Babylon this Saturday because I'm going out of town. Next Saturday, show up on the Comic Book Babylon, and we'll do a random prize generator for the people that show up on the Babylon and hang out, and we'll give away something there.
That's awesome.
And Corey, don't worry about shooting him the address. I'll pick it up from him, and I'll take care of the shipping on that. That way, you got that taken care of too.
Awesome.
So
Thanks,
people have
guys.
been asking for the past hour. They want to know about your tattoos.
All right.
Can you show them off on TV?
Yeah, I don't have anything bad. Don't have anything bad. So yeah, for the longest time, I'm terrified of needles. Like I don't do needles at all.
Tattoo seems like not the right thing to do for a guy that's afraid of needles.
You would think so. Somebody tried to give me a shot. I will fight you. My dad had to hold me down when I broke my arm because I was fighting 3 or 4 nurses because they had to give me a shot. But yeah, so I decided to go get my first tattoo when I had my son Hagen. So I've got a tattoo of the acoustic guitar that I had at the time that I would sit and play while he was he'd just sitting around, and I'd play guitar, and he'd listen and just kind of be hanging out. So I got that. I've got an American flag. Let's see, going up the rest there. I'm a big deer hunter, so I've got deer prints, bucks all up and down the forearm here. This here, I don't know if you can see it, but this one here is the title of a song I wrote. At one point, I thought I was going to do music, and that didn't pan out so well. But I did get some really good graders notes from the entry in the Nashville Songwriters Association contest where I submitted it. So that was cool. I've got on the inside here, I've got a revolver, and it says "Mama Tried." Big country music fan, and I wanted
Okay. I didn't know that song, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
a different story.
Yeah. So if you've ever heard the song "Mama Tried," "Mama Tried to Raise Me Better." "Mama Tried" was kind of the song. So I got that one from my mom, and then I got all the way up to my shoulder. You see this big tree, and it's got roots basically going down and wrapping around everything, because all this was something that was important to me in my life and things that had to do with me personally. And so I had the idea of getting this tree with roots going in and out all around and wrapping around everything. And I'm a huge Garth Brooks fan. So across the middle of the tree, it says "Blame it all on my roots." So like basically, everything's wrapped up in my roots, and you blame it all on my roots. So that's pretty much what it is. And then I've got this random skull and rose here. That's the only thing I have that I literally I needed something to fill the spot. And I went to my guy's house, and I was like, "This looks cool. Just put that on." And this was the worst pain I've ever felt. And it took about 2 hours, and I wouldn't take a break, because if I got up, I wasn't going back down there. So, but yeah, that's everything. So I know it's probably disappointing if people were expecting comic book stuff.
Now people are asking, are you going to get it colored or keep it as is?
No, I'm going to leave it as is. And honestly, there's some of them I'm probably going to get covered up at some point. I'm the kind of person that once I get into something, I go full throttle, 100% immediately. There's no stopping and thinking about it. There's no hitting the brakes. I mean, I do it with everything. I've been doing it with comic books. You can ask Josh. I walked in his shop and bought my first comic book, and I wasn't playing around.
No, you weren't.
I grabbed the most expensive thing in the realm that I was looking for that he had, and I didn't even know what was in the daggone box. But I was just like, if I'm going to do this, we're going to do this. Let's get the big box up there.
It was a mystery pack for local comic shop day. It was the Power Rangers blind box that they did.
Oh, cool.
And I had it for a little bit, and he was the first person that was really interested. And I was like, dude, I will give you a deal if you open it here, because I just want to see you open it. Mm-hmm. I want to see what's in there, because it was driving me nuts.
Yeah. And like I had a price in mind I wanted to pay. I was like, all right, look, for this price, I'll open it up here. If you don't give me that price, I'll take it off and open it up. But he gave me a great deal. But I mean, that was, a few years ago. And now, I mean, like I look around and like, I've got, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So I did the same thing with the tattoos. I got this first one, and within 8 months, my entire arm was done. And I also I've lost about $2,000 in wedding rings. So I got my wife's first initial tattooed on my finger there, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, there's some of these that I think I'm going to get covered up, just because it was just stuff, you get a tattoo, you don't really think about it as much as you probably should have, and it doesn't age well. You're just like, well, that's not something that really is very purposeful in my life or means anything to me anymore. So I'm probably get that covered up. But
I'll tell you a quick story, because when you were showing off the deer tracks, right? My uncle and his best friend took my older brother deer hunting when he was 17, right? they're out in the woods. They're doing all this stuff, and so my uncle's like, "All right, we're gonna do a little bit of tracking here, see what's what, see if there are any deer around here." So my uncle's friend Bob and my brother kind of go off this way, and my uncle goes off this way a little bit, and he kneels down and he takes like those yogurt covered raisins and chocolate covered raisins, and he just like pops some of them on the ground, like in the snow. And so he's like, "Bob, man, come here." So they come over, and he's like, "Look, deer sign." And he bends down and he picks one up, and oh, hey, that's fresh. My brother was about to lose it, and they were cracking up. But they had my brother convinced that the way you check to see how close a deer is you gotta taste it and see if that's fresh. I tell you, it was the funniest thing. Oh my Lord, that was funny.
I'm good with putting your hands around it to see if it's still a little warm, not touching it or anything, but it's a little bit warm still. But I knew exactly where you were going with that when you said you dropped them in the snow, and that is hilarious. That is hilarious.
I figured you'd like that.
I want to spend more time on deer poop later, but let's circle back to the tattoo. So I've got some comments in the comment section here that kind of back up what I'm thinking. That is your life. Things change, but those were important to you at one point, and obviously the roots that thread through it kind of bind all those ideas.
Yeah.
When you change, or not change, but when you cover those, do you ever think about that? It's like maybe that's not who I am right this minute, but that's how I got to be where I am and who I am.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I didn't think about it like that. So, yeah, maybe I just need to start on the other arm if I can get
just move on to the other arm.
That's why you got two arms, man. Come on.
Maybe I'll do some comic related stuff on that one. I don't know. Maybe I'll just get like a cool Kirby cat pose or something somewhere. I don't know.
Just the shield, man.
See, that's it though. Like that's not big enough, Josh. Like I'm telling you, man, I'm full throttle in. If I'm gonna do something cap, like I'm gonna do
we get the shield on your back, like right around your shoulders. The whole back.
Yeah, I do want to get like this arm done and like across the back of my shoulders at some point, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm getting called out so much in the section in the audience right now. Okay, so I also lose wedding rings. So, but I have my wife's name tattooed right there on my arm. So, like, come on. It's the same spirit of him having his wife's initial. And then Christine just wants to let everyone know I'm getting, called out. And then also, I have a tattoo I need to cover. I'm going to cover it with Odin's Ravens. It's going to look great. But his tattoos aren't bad. His tattoos are cool. So, that's maybe where my opinion came from. If you want somebody to draw a saber tooth, I'd be I'll audition. I'm sure there are cooler saber tooths that you could get on your arm.
That's saber
I'll
teeth.
keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Well, man, we appreciate you coming on, Dustin. That was a lot of fun. I knew it would be. It was. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good ball.
I just had fun meeting you. It was cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I got to say, everybody come over to Two Brothers Comics. Check out their videos. They post them all the time. Join them on Saturday nights for the Babylon. It's a hoot. There's a ton of people in there. It's a lot of fun. You think we're giving people grief in the comments here. Those comments are just like hammering at each other.
Yeah.
It's a hoot. But I really appreciate you coming on, man. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing you in Haven in a couple of weeks. That's going to be fun, too.
Hey, Josh, when somebody comes to Haven, how are they going to get there? What's the address?
Well, if you don't know, Google will tell you. But we are the best comic book store on Slaughter Road at 1840 or 1871 Slaughter Road, Suite F, Madison, Alabama, 35758. There is not a better comic book store in our shopping center.
In the state.
Well, that may be. I don't know. That seems like a bit of a stretch.
I'm allowed to say that, and I am saying that.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. That's very
You
generous.
won't find a group of people that care more about making sure you come in and leave happy than you will at Haven, and I can attest to that.
Well,
It's
thank
my
you.
favorite too.
Yeah.
It's a real compliment. You do a good job, Haven Comics.
Well, I tell people, and this is something that all the guys at Haven, all the folks at Haven, they espouse. It doesn't cost anything to be nice to people.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. Just take care of people. It doesn't cost anything to be nice to people.
And don't forget, guys, don't miss out on those Tuesday unboxing of new comic book day books with Kaylee say every Tuesday, as long as the books make it in.
Right. Yeah, the unboxings are always a lot of fun. It's just cool to see what's coming in and get the little commentary as it comes through. That's always a lot of fun. We have a good time with it. But thank you, everybody, for coming in. It's a great night. We had a good time. Thank you, Dustin. And we will catch you all next week. We've already got our guest lined up, and she's going to be a tough one, I think. So looking forward to that. So tune in next week for more questions, more prizes, and all that jazz. And we will see y'all then.